back to what is it all for, and it's all about raising the level of vibration of the planet. So for example, if I focus my attention on an extremely negative being, right, which did happen recently, well, actually I've done that quite a bit, but there was one that was really big, a really big negative being, and when my attention focuses on it, it's like the entire universe looks at it, this being, and then that being can do various things. They can dissolve into oneness. They can drop the body and leave, and go and reincarnate in a planet where it's okay to be negative, but it's not okay to do it now on the planet Earth at that level, right? And or they can ask for clemency, and they can be transformed into a light being. And so recently I had an experience where I was asked to hang out with this extremely negative being, like really, really negative person on the planet. At a psychic level, it wasn't you know, an everyday level. I mean, this person was extremely powerful in every level. On a social level, psychic level, mystical level. Very, very powerful. Very, very dark.
And without going into all the details, unless you want to, what was the outcome of that assignment, of that mission with that person?
That was a very interesting outcome, because one of the things that I was asked to do was to hang out with this person on his space. And I didn't want to do that because he was like an icky yucky person, you know, very negative. He was showing me stuff that was horrible about the things that I used to do, or he did in life, to others, on a mass scale. And so I was kind of not wanting to hang out with him. And then it came through, I talked to a friend of mine who's a very, very in-tuned psychic, and also very highly aware. And I was telling her this tale, and I said, well, it feels almost like this guy has all this power. It's like he's the most powerful person on the planet, but he can't tell anybody about it, and he wants me to write the book about what he can do and what he has done in life. And she said, you know, I feel really strongly that you have to do that. I think that you have to sit with him and let him write this book. And this is sitting with him and writing the book would be at a very psychic level, right? We would be hanging out at a psychic level, and he would be dictating this book to me. So I did that. I hung out with him, and for a few weeks I was taking down notes, and it was the most horrendous things that this person was doing. And then I went on to Google and I did a little bit of research, and this stuff is documented, you know. It's like there's people out there who are writing about this is what's going on and this is what these people are doing, you know. We're talking about human sacrifice and like children being sacrificed, and you know, their blood drunk and stuff like that, you know. It's just like totally out of this world things that I would never have imagined were happening on the planet. And this is the bloke we were talking about. After a few weeks, I had this experience where I came out of the body and I was sent to this huge mansion. Now, when I see a mansion, it's normally, how I interpret it is that it's the person's being, the person's maybe body and life. And this was a huge mansion, and there was this other person outside it. It was like a man, and he was. I saw, when I looked at him, I thought, oh, there's like a psychic there, and he had all these books and crosses and stuff, and he was waiting to get into the house to get rid of this being, right? And then I thought, oh my goodness, if he goes into that house, his French fries, it's like he's gonna be completely destroyed. He has to stay here. So I kind of conveyed that image to him: stay here, don't go in the house. And he did. He stayed there, and I went inside myself, and it was all darkness. It was very evil energy. And when I walk into that situation, you see, there's no judgment. The moment you inject judgment into darkness, you're gone. You're destroyed. You can't be there. It was just energy. It was like I'm floating in blueness, or in redness, or in greenness. That's how I experienced it. Intellectually I knew, oh, this is what evil is. This is what color evil is, or whatever, you know. This is how it feels to the finger. This is how it feels against my skin, you know. And I walked through the house and I found him sitting on a throne in a room. And he was just sitting there and he was looking at me. And it was all like the complete energy was of pure, unadulterated evil. And I sat next to him. And I just looked. I was just looking at him. And he was looking at me. And I had no agenda. I didn't know what was going to happen or anything. I was just sitting with him. And all of a sudden, he sent a feeling, an image, of a request of clemency. It took me by surprise. And as soon as he did that, I felt this huge rush of energy, chi, that was pure, unconditional love towards him. And it just infused him with that light. And he was just, whoa, you know, it's like, it was out of this world. And I was gone out of there. I was back in my body, and I went, whoa, what was that about? You know, what happened to him?